We are recording the interview of Rolla Malan. This interview is being conducted by Jennifer Seavey and Bill Corkum from Wright State University's Veteran Voices Project. Also in attendance is Terry Perkins. This interview is being recorded at Terry Lynn Art Studio and Gallery in Fairborn, Ohio. It is 3:30 p.m. on June 13th, 2016. Okay, Ed, so where and when were you born?
July the 4th, 1920 in West Frankfort, Illinois.
All right. Who were your parents and what were their occupations?
Well, my parents was a housewife and my dad, I understand, was a carpenter, but they're not living anymore.
Okay. What are their names?
Well, Henry E. Malan and Olivia D. Malan.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
No.
No?
Well, 3 brothers, but they're dead. I mean, they passed away before I was born.
Oh, okay. Were any of them in the service?
No.
No? Okay. So what were you doing before you entered the service?
Let's see, what I'd got out of high school and trying to figure out what to do. So a friend of mine joined the Navy, so I guess I'd do the same thing.
Yeah?
So that's what I did.
Did you guys go in together?
No.
No?
He went in before I did.
Okay. Were you working before you went in? No? Okay. So you served in the Navy and you enlisted, right? Okay, so what was boot camp like for you?
Well, it wasn't too bad. It was kind of rough. The company I got in was last at everything except for chow. They get there first. And finally they stopped us and held us up and let everybody else go in, and we got last. I tell you. So that was jolly. Outside of that, I guess it was all right. It was cold up there, though.
Where?
Chicago.
Oh, is it Chicago?
Well, the wind off of that lake freezes the ears off a brass monkey.
Oh, geez.
Boy, it was cold. Then I don't know what we were supposed to be protecting. There was guards. I don't know what we was protecting. There was nothing there but the lake. Anyhow, that's what we did.
Okay. Let's see. Do you remember any of your instructors there?
No.
No.
Never one.
Did you have anything happen while you were in boot camp that you remember?
No, not really. Just tried to stay out of trouble. Do what was right, and that didn't always work.
Was the training hard?
That's kinda. Nobody could. No, nobody could stay in step. Instructor said, "Go this way," we went that way. I was the dumbest bunch of guys ever saw, including me.
Did you guys have to do any swimming?
And when they had to do it to get in, if you could swim the length of a swimming pool and back, that was rough.
Yeah.
I just made it.
Ooh. So how do you feel you adapted to military life?
I don't know, just everyday life, I guess.
It wasn't too much of a difference from when you were a civilian?
Not a whole lot, except you had certain hours to do and get up this and sign brass work and scrub down the ship and all that stuff, which wasn't any fun either.
Okay. So where did you serve?
Where? Well, from Pearl Harbor all up in the South Pacific, up around the islands, Midway, Guadalcanal, Kwajalein, and Fiji Islands, all up in there, all around the South Pacific. I think we had every hunk of land was out there. We just went around, we never invaded them. The only one we got ashore on was Fiji. And then you couldn't do nothing there. They told us not to eat anything because they fertilized with human manure, so we didn't eat nothing. There was nothing you could do. But I could have made a fortune if I'd had the money. Selling watches, watches would really go high. I only had one, they wanted to sell that, and I didn't want to sell it. So there he was.
What were your duties on board?
Well, I was on the deck force for a while, and that got boring, so I got in the fire room. That was interesting.
What did you do there?
On the deck,
Yeah.
scrub the deck and polish the bright work and scrub paint and every stuff like that. And I want to stand on watch, and I didn't like it.
No.
So anyhow, I got in the fire room. That was a little better, but that was busy too.
What did you do there?
Well, attended to the boilers. One thing is I know, and that's quite a job. Then I got tired of that and went in the engine room. There I was on the throttle, and that was interesting too. Sometimes you got boresome.
Well, what did you do for the throttle room?
Well, when they wanted to speed up or slow down, we opened the throttle, which made us go faster, let the steam in. And sometimes you had to slow down. Then sometimes you got high-speed emergency. That was you open it wide up and forget about everything. Then it was backwards the same way. So it was interesting there. What are we doing up there? Nobody knows. Never saw a thing. Everything happened after we got up.
Oh.
I mean, on duty.
Okay. Did you have any other jobs on board?
No.
No. You said you stopped at Fiji. What did you guys do there?
Just went ashore and looked around. There wasn't much to do.
Okay.
I don't remember anything. I don't even think there was a place to buy anything from. But you could have, I guess. But we didn't. I didn't anyhow.
No. Says, let's see, on this paper here, I'm sorry, I'm trying to see. It said
Can't read
something.
it, can you?
It said you were laying explosives down somewhere.
What?
It says somewhere on here that you were laying explosives down.
Laying mines.
Mines? Did you lay any mines down?
Oh, well, I didn't, but that we did. There's a ship out. We laid mines all over the Pacific. I was always on the offensive side too. We went in the harbors of where they would get in, drop the mines. That was always nice too. That was nice and dark, midnight. You talk about dark. That was dark. You couldn't see nothing. Drop, get out of there. Then one night we got wind by the end of the ship. Now that was interesting too.
Well, what happened there?
Now we got back all right, but the other ship had to kind of take it slower, knocked their bow off. I had a friend in the firing at that time, and said he didn't know nothing until the water got up to the foreplace. He said, then we knew we were in trouble.
Oh.
So I guess they managed to secure that. We made it back okay. I'm still here.
Okay. Did you want to talk about Pearl Harbor?
I ain't much to tell, just that's what I was looking at that thing for, trying to figure out something. I was trying to figure out where we was at, but we was supposed to go into dry dock on Monday, and we secured the ship. I took the oil off and take everything off of it. Now the crew's got to go someplace. Well, they assigned us to the sub-base old barracks, and they built a new one for the submariners. We got the old one. And I think the building was kind of like that, and there was a inlet right there between the two of us. Well, when it happened, everybody was asleep. When they woke us up, I got up and looked out the window, and it was Japanese, all right. So one guy got excited. He went out on the balcony and let her got on the roof. So I thought, well, I'll do the same thing. See what's going on here. Was seeing all this, but you couldn't believe it. And while we was up there, one of the pilots, Japanese, he come in as low as the first floor, between the two floors, and look right in his cockpit. And they'd see both the pilots, plain as could be, and then they took off and went right away, which was toward the battleship. About that same time, on the other side of us, and I wasn't sure for a long time. This one started, and I just saw the front end of it, and all at once he went down in the water, disappeared, and wasn't even a wreck. And I wasn't sure after, did I see him or didn't? And I know I did. But how he got down there, who shot him, or I don't know. Well, anyhow, after that, I decided that wasn't too good a place to be. So I went downstairs and outside, and I looked up the main gate, and there was a plane headed in my direction. It looked like he had engine trouble. So I just turned right around and got back in. I figured, well, I'll get in here, I won't get shot anyhow. That might hurt. So I figured, well, they might blow up this barracks, and then that concussion would throw me out the door. Maybe I'd get wounded, but I'd still be alive. Well, anyhow, everything went off, I guess, the way they wanted, not the way we did. So stayed in there a while, things quieted down, and some of the crew come out, and we went back to our ship, and all you could see was burning ships, oil and smoke and everything. And it was a mess anyhow.
Did you guys have to do any cleanup?
No, I didn't. I'm glad I didn't have to. No, I just was reading in there, a ship Soulless was a hospital ship, and they sent some boats over to check if them guys out and take them over to the hospital ship. But I didn't see none of that. And there's a plane I thought was shot down. I don't know, but I just thought that. But it looks like it, because it's all intact.
Do you want to show it to her? You can go in front of the camera there. Do you want to show that one?
I can't even hang on to it.
That's all right.
I don't know. That's the one I seen. I don't know if that's a Navy picture or not. But they lost 29 planes, I heard, so maybe that wasn't. I don't know.
And you said that was one of the Japanese planes?
Huh?
That was one of the Japanese planes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? Which
Oh.
one?
He's this one right here.
Oh.
Huh.
This one shows you the
That's the route they come
They
in
go in
on.
there. That's how you're able to.
Where are you located on here?
On there?
Well,
Yeah.
That don't even show it. I can't tell you.
But is this where they came in? This is the
This
Pearl
is-
Harbor
well,
area, right?
Like this. From out here,
Yeah.
that's the way they come in. The high flyers come in this way, and Pearl Harbor, and they come in this way on the Hickam Field.
Right.
That's the ones that I saw drop the bombs
Right.
and blew up Arizona.
So the ships came in to here in
This-
Pearl
this
Harbor,
is-
and this is where they came in. It was a-
Japanese carrier.
Big
Oh, that's where
right.
they was at.
Right. But you guys, when your ships came in, you guys came into this area right here.
That's
Yes.
the entrance to it, yeah.
Yep, yep. Yes, that's bad. You probably have a better picture in there.
I don't know, that's what I was looking for.
So your ship was not hit.
No, nothing on that side. All the bombing was on that side of the harbor, it seemed like, over where the air base was for the Navy, and the battleships, and all the ships that really were fighting ships was over there in Hickam Field. We wasn't, and my reset was all just storage tanks and I guess barracks and stuff, I don't know. I got this off, was just trying to look, and there's Fort Island. That's where the Navy base was, for the seaplanes. Then the Hickam Hill's down here. There's where we was at, anchored right there. And I think we was sitting here for what I could figure out, because you could look straight out here and see the battleships. And this was all, I don't know what it was, all barracks, I guess. So I just was looking at that. A lot of stuff I forgot.
Sure. So after that happened, where did you end up going?
Well, after it was over,
Yes.
back to our ship. Then they handed us rifles because they said there was a landing party. They figured the Japs were going to land. So a bunch of us ended up with a rifle ready to defend. But they didn't, they didn't invade, thank goodness.
Sure.
So after that, we just stayed around till we could get back to sea, yeah.
Where was did you end up going to Alaska?
Yeah, we got up there one time, Kodiak.
What did,
That was a good place.
what did you do
There wasn't
there?
nothing there either. we got, me and my buddy was going to Kodiak, or what was supposed to be a town. But when we got there, all it was I can't remember, about 3 houses or shacks or something, and a little store. And that store had something I'd like to have, that I'd give the fella didn't have no place to send it. It was a dog sled. Somebody had carved it out of ivory, and the sled was perfect. And I think they had 2 or 3 dog teams in front. This is about that. Boy, did I want that thing. That was nice. It was supposed to be carved, I think. But they had no place to send it, so I couldn't get it.
Aw. Well, at least you still remember it. That's pretty good. So it says on here as well that you were in 2 typhoons.
Where?
You were in 2 typhoons.
Oh, a
Storms?
couple of them.
What was that like?
Water, fog, and high waves, and rough going.
Was there any damage to your ship?
No, but I saw the deck buckle once, and after that I didn't look no more. Oh, we was towing on one of them. We was towing another ship. We lost them. A tow rope broke, and I've often wondered if they ever made it. I doubt it. Because they didn't have any power. And I don't even know why we was towing them, but we was.
Oh, okay. What? Okay.
A lot of this stuff I got from the guys who were on deck. Normally we're down below, don't know nothing until you come up. And we picked up, I don't know where it was at, some guys that had been torpedoed. And I come up from below from being on watch. And to walk out to the wellback, and this guy was standing there, and he didn't have such a clothes except these skivvies. He was as gray as I never saw a guy like that. And I wondered what happened. Somebody said, well, I just got torpedoed. And he was still wet. So that was another experience.
Sure. Definitely. What kind of friendships and camaraderie did you have while you were serving?
Oh, no. Then I got with one guy, particular, he got a brother here in Fairborn. Says we got going together, and I was at his house one time on leave in Stroh, Indiana. They almost adopted me, I think. So I got to know his brother, so I had some friends here. He's in Washington State, I guess. I guess he still is, I don't know. He used to come down, and I haven't seen him in years. He's about the same age, oh, I'll tell you.
So do you still keep in contact with anybody else?
No, I did for a while, but we lost contact. Now I don't know if he passed away or what. Another one of the guys. I've heard of one guy since then was on there. I'm not sure what's his name. Well, anyhow, Russ told me about it. I cannot think of
It's all
his
right.
name.
It's okay.
Ain't that old.
No, it's all right.
Anyhow, I just heard about him. I didn't know where he's at, Chicago, I guess. And he had a twin brother, so I don't know.
Okay. So while you were abroad, how did you keep in touch with your family and friends?
Didn't have the family.
Okay.
Didn't write to nobody. Nobody wrote to me. So there you go.
Yep. So what did you do for recreation when you were off duty?
Just walk around, go to movies, go to ice cream parlors. Some of the guys drink beer. I didn't.
No.
For change, not then anyhow. Outside of that, that was it.
Okay. Let's see. Where were you when the war ended? Did things start dying down?
At some islands, I don't know where it was at, and I was trying to make a ring out of my nail steel. I need the rings. And I went down in the engine room again. I sort of heard all kind of sounds, and I looked up, boy, it's kind of bright up there. So I went up on the deck. Somebody said, the water's over. I guess the lights come on, you could see for a change. But I can't think of the name. We was anchored out somewhere. So that's all I don't know where we was at.
So how did you come home? Did you return by ship then?
I come back to Pearl, then I got back to the States. And I took a train from there where I used to live. And I got there at midnight and there wasn't nobody there but a taxi driver. So he took me to a place where I could stay, and that's where it is. And here I am.
How were you received by your family and friends and the community, like the next day?
No.
No?
Nobody knew I was home. Or any of us, I guess.
Really? Huh. They make such a big deal out of it now, which is a good
Yeah.
thing, but it's surprising to hear when they don't.
Yeah.
So, how did you readjust to civilian life?
I don't know, I guess I'm doing pretty good. I just got my civvies and went after it.
Now it says, did you start working at the post office?
No, I got a job at Frigidaire first. Or no. What was that? Steel plant. I can't think of that one there either. That ain't there. Anyhow, I got a job at a steel plant. Then from there I went to Frigidaire. Stayed there a while. And then I went to school, trade school, and then come back and worked at Chrysler, and then I went from there to the post office. And guess it was a good thing, because I met a couple of guys that worked with me, and they got laid off. So I guess I done the right thing. I stayed there till I retired.
So you went to school. What did you go to school for?
Auto mechanics. I didn't make it. I just couldn't get it. The way the school was, I don't know, you didn't work on any machine. They give you a lot of paperwork, and the time you get to where you ought to have, like working on ladies, you never got it till you was working on steering or something. I just forgot it. Time wasted.
Sure. Are you a member of any veterans organizations?
I was Pearl Harbor Association at one time, but they're out now.
Okay.
That's the only one.
Okay. Have you ever gone on the honor flight?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh gee, she was with me on that. Well, that was pretty nice. That's the second time I've been in the air. That wasn't so bad. That was good, and that was something to see. I think it's well worth the trip. It'd be all right if a guy didn't get on one flight, could just go see it, just on his own. And I thought it was awful good and awful nice. They had it the way I had it fixed. Made you 52,000 men on that black wall. Okay, boy, that's something. Can you think of that? That many lives? And we lost 5,000 Marines on Iwo Jima. That's a lot of lives lost.
Mm-hmm.
So, made you think.
Did you meet anyone at the honor flight that you still keep in touch with?
No.
No. Okay. Oh, so are you a part of welcoming the veterans when they come back from the honor
I
flight?
have been, a couple of times. That's kind of interesting.
What's that like?
Yeah. One of the guys I know at church, he come through that flight one time, about a couple of months ago, or longer. I didn't know he was going. He didn't know I was going either.
I bet you guys surprised each other then.
Yeah.
So how do you feel wartime experiences affected your life?
I don't think they affected anything I can tell. I don't know, maybe I'm Dumber than I was or something, I don't know.
Do you feel you've learned any life lessons from the military service?
Yeah, from that, your freedom ain't free. If you don't fight, you're gonna lose it.
Let's see.
Nobody wants to fight either.
So how has your military service impacted your feelings about war and the military in general?
I don't know. No feelings particularly, I guess.
So how do you feel about people being at war now?
Huh?
How do you feel about us being at war now? We've been at war
I
for...
think it's crazy.
It's crazy.
We are always pull them out of the fire, and we get kicked in the teeth, and then we send over and rebuild them. That's great. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then they kill us. They come over here, use our planes to fly into our buildings to kill our people.
Yes.
Then we go helping. You figure that out. Politicians.
Yep.
Do you have do you know of anything that I haven't touched on that he might like to share?
You can ask what he does now for his leisure.
Okay. What do you do with your free time now?
Just sit around, watch TV. I don't know.
What do you do on Thursdays?
Thursday. Oh, I come over here. I come over here, she picks it, and I paint it.
You do what?
I teach him to paint.
Oh, okay.
He's been coming since last year, probably about March of last year. And he's come up about twice a month.
I guess.
Yep.
Do you have any of his artwork?
His artwork's all at his house. So,
Yeah.
you have a lot of artwork.
Yeah, I know.
Just too bad you couldn't go. Would you be able to go over to his place and see some of these paintings he's done? Not
We
today,
wouldn't be able to today, but at another time I'll be able to come and I could take pictures.
Okay. Otherwise, on my Facebook page, I have a lot. Every time he comes, I take pictures of him with his paintings. So on my Facebook page, you could actually go through and find all of the paintings, the pictures of him.
Okay.
Would that be helpful?
Yeah, I could use those too, actually, if that'd be
Yeah.
easier.
And so I've also taken pictures of him when we went to honor flight besides the honor flight going to DC, but when we've gone to the airport, I've got pictures of him with groups of people. And because people like to come to Ed when we take them. And I've taken him, maybe 3 weeks ago or a month ago, we went to the Brandenberry Winery was doing a fundraiser event. So we took him there and there's some pictures of him and George and Red. Remember you had the three big guys at the table?
Oh, George Snook and Red
Yes.
Ketchum.
Yes.
Okay.
So we got Ed over there too. So those pictures are on my page too.
Oh, okay.
So maybe if you want to go on and you can find some pictures that you might be interested in using.
Definitely.
Yeah. And last year in November, I took Ed to Springfield for the end of the year honor flight special, like a dinner. So there's
Oh,
pictures
yeah.
of me and Ed over there.
Yeah.
Was that in November?
Yes.
Oh, we were there too.
Yes.
Okay.
So when we were there, we got to meet up with Frank Ruby, came to find Ed, found out he's a table next to us. I went looking all over the place for Frank Ruby because he had called me here asking if Ed was coming. And I didn't know who he was, what he looked like. I'm walking around looking at people's hats, trying to find who this guy was. And I get back to Ed, and I'm at our table, and then I look over to this table here, and there's a guy, and it said Pearl Harbor Survivor. And I walked over to him, I go, "Are you Frank Ruby?" He goes, "Yes." I go, "Well, here's Ed, next table over." Frank Ruby brought over a newspaper article that had Ed on it from when he was interviewed, probably the Dayton Daily News, that picture that had you and
yeah.
Russ in it. So he wanted to show Ed that he had a clipping of him. And Frank is 98 this year. And so I've called and talked to Frank a couple times.
Well,
I have a
yeah.
picture of Frank over there on my wall, and I have some pictures of Ed over there also, so yes. So we have another endeavor for this year that Ed and I are going to try to do. Where am I going to try and take you this year if I can get the funds? If I do a fundraiser event, where did I say I'm going to try and take you? Where are we going to go?
Honolulu. Honolulu. I ain't loose nothing.
That's okay. Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, that's the only place I really
That's
like
right.
to go.
So if I can do a raise funds this year, Ed and I are gonna go to Pearl Harbor.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that'll be great.
yeah. I'm excited. So I called Ed one day and I said, hey Ed, if I can take you somewhere and you don't have to pay, would you go? And he says like, where? And I said, Pearl Harbor. And he said, okay. And the first thing I said is, but you need to call your doctor and make sure the doctor says you can fly. And you did. You got a hold of your doctor. Doctor said yes.
Said I could. You're gonna get awful tired flying over there,
They'll be okay.
you know.
I know. We'll fly together.
Fly together, yeah.
And we gotta go high enough so we don't touch the water while we're flying. We gotta make sure to clear that water.
Yeah.
When we went to DC last year, that was your first time to fly since you came home from Pearl Harbor? So was that the first time you've flown since you came back from the war? Was last year.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yep.
And he did really good. I sat back with the coach with all the guardians, and he got to sit up front in first class.
Yeah, didn't even get scared.
Didn't even get scared. I checked on him once in a while. He was just sitting there being comfortable. We were busy the whole day.
Yeah.
But the thing for Ed is I picked him up at 2:30 in the morning on Saturday morning. He hadn't been to sleep yet since Friday morning because he would sometimes stay up late at night. And so he was up all night Friday night and spent all day Saturday. So when we got home Saturday night about 10:30, I got him home about midnight.
Huh.
And I think he slept most of Sunday.
I bet you did.
Sure did.
And about a month and a half ago, I took him to Urbana for the gala.
Oh, okay, the Champaign Aviation Museum.
Yes, so we took him over
yeah.
there. That was fun.
Do you do any volunteer work over there, Ed?
Pardon?
Do you do any volunteer work over at the Champaign Museum?
No.
We were invited by Greg
Oh, okay.
because he was a World War II and a veteran, so Greg invited us over, so Ed was a guest.
Yeah.
And
I guess.
He was a guest, and I picked him up around 4:45, took him over there and spent the whole evening, and I didn't get him home until midnight that night.
Yeah, I guess not.
We do a lot of road trips,
Yeah.
you and I.
Yeah, that's right.
That's great. So, is there a message you would like to leave for future generations?
Well, I'm gonna tell them to straighten up and fly right. And forget all this foolishness about dogs and that stuff. That ain't gonna do no good. That's what they need to do. That they just think I'm an old fogey, but maybe I am. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I just wonder what's gonna happen with the younger generation. And they can't, what I don't understand, they can't do nothing but use computers. Of course, I can't use a computer, which is all right, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They ought to be thankful they live in the United States, I'll tell you that. Because in any other country, they couldn't do half the things that they're doing here, cost the government, do everything, go against law and order. And that's one way we're gonna lose freedom if we ain't careful. Because they saw it on September 11th, when they come over and took our planes and drove them into the buildings and killed our people. People said it couldn't happen, it did, that ought to wake them up. Because there's going to come a time they're going to be in our part of the country, I mean, old like we are, we're going to be in a free country or one in slavery. So, I don't know, it's up to them. It's their future.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them. Really do.
So, where were you on 9/11?
Oh, I was home, that time I was working at home, putting up paneling in the bedroom. I remember that. Couldn't believe what I heard. They done what? Bomb. Blew into the building. Ew. Rush Limbaugh was talking, by the way, on that day, I think. I was listening to him. After that, I don't know, I just finished my job again.
Yeah, well, you've seen a couple wars then,
Yeah,
huh?
I thought, well, Second World War. But so far, so good.
Well, is there anything you feel that we haven't discussed or you'd like to add to the interview?
Not that I know, but I just about discovered a lot of things I can't remember anymore. That's about all I can remember. Sometimes I sit around and think about things. Some are funny and some ain't. I remember a guy, he was walking down the deck. I was standing back here, and he was coming towards me. I don't know how he slipped. He only had about that much space to walk on. He had mine tracks over here. He slid and fell on the seat of his pants with his feet up there like that, and he just turned completely around, sliding towards me. His hands never touched. And he stopped there and he said, I don't know how he slept. But I don't either. I laughed like right. He didn't kill himself. That was funny. Just completely around, real slow, his feet, the hands up like this. Like a spinning wheel.
Like a spinning wheel?
Oh boy. Oh, I'll tell you.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you talk about where you worked after you got out?
Yes. Okay, well, if is that all you have to add then? Yeah. Okay.
That's about all I can think
That's
of.
good. You did a good job today.
All right. Well, that concludes our interview, and thank you for your service, Ed.
Okay, you betcha.